Hi, I'm Steve Speck. I'm the owner and product designer here at Exo Mtn Gear, and this is going to be the first video in a series of videos that we do that we're calling Why Do We? And it's just an opportunity for us to explain in more detail than we normally get to in like a product video where we're trying to cover the entire frame. So in this series, we're just going to go into individual parts and components of the pack. The backpack frame is everything. It's 99% of our focus. We spent 3 years designing, refining, tweaking, using our past 10 years of experience, building packs, and put all of that effort and combined it into the K4 packs. And really, we just want to go through and cover some of these nitty-gritty things that maybe not everybody understands, that you don't just see at face value when you look at the website or you watch a video or whatever. Number one thing in the pack is the hip belt. Like if the hip belt sucks, throw the whole rest of the thing away, right? Like it doesn't matter what anything else has. This is the thing that's taking all of the load. When I got 100 pounds on my back, 80% of that load is going into this hip belt. When I'm running and gunning with a lightweight pack all day long, I still got that hip belt cinched up tight, carrying the 20 pounds that's in the pack. It needs to be comfortable with you. It needs to move with you. It needs to not create hot spots. A lot of that goes back into our frame design and the ability to kind of twist and move and mold to your back. Traditionally with K1 through K3 packs, we offered 3 different hip belt sizes, small, medium, and large, and there was always gaps in there. There's the obvious kind of extra small and extra large that we didn't fit, but there was always guys that kind of landed in between a small and a medium or in between a medium and large. In the process of designing K4, I wanted to jump up to 5 different hip belt sizes. So not only are we covering a wider range of people, but we also shrunk that gap if you're kind of in between sizes. The most important thing I can say when you're selecting your hip belt size is get a soft tape measure, wrap it around right at the top of your hip bones, get a perfect measurement on that, and then just go reference the size chart on our website, and that's going to get you started in the correct place. You can also just go off of your waist measurement, but sometimes the difference between somebody's waist and their hips can be different, so it's better to do that actual measurement if you can. So from there, once you got the size, then you just buy the pack, and then a way to double check the fit. And what I'm looking for is I want the front of the foam here wrapping around the front of your hip bones at a minimum, but also the worst case scenario is I go too big of a hip belt and I can max that out. So basically, if you look at this belt, it's essentially maxed out. If I've got 100 pounds on my back and I go to cinch this up as tight as possible, you want to make sure you're doing this with just a t-shirt on too, not with layers, because you're never packing meat with layers on. If even if it's cold outside, you're going to be in your lighter layers. So cinch that up as tight as possible. As long as I don't run out of adjustment, I'm good to go. If I do run out of adjustment, again, worst case scenario, that belt isn't getting tight enough. It can't hold 80% of the weight because it's trying to slide down on your hips. So making sure you get the right belt size is absolutely critical. Again, why we do 5 different belt sizes with K4. That gives us a pretty good rundown of the K4 hip belts. Look for more videos from us here on this Why Do We series. For more information, you can check us out at exomtngear.com.